And the Fallout 76 news and updates keep rolling in. Today we're talking about a brand new playtest that recently happened at Bethesda. Pete Hines spills the beans about what it's like to basically play in the amusement park and what weapons and stuff we can expect from that type of experience. Plus, we're going to go into some follow-up questions about settlements, camps, and workshops, and more details about how you can store stuff. And also, we're going to go in-depth with the crafting system as well. And don't forget, we're going over your top comments. Don't be afraid, guys. Leave a comment down below. Would love to hear from you. I always read all the comments. So thank you again for all the support. But yes, welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wonders, to Open World Games. We've got a lot to go into today. Remember, smack that subscribe button, follow button. Also here on YouTube and then Facebook, and then turn on notifications so you don't miss another update. But let's do this, shall we? So let's start out with that amusement park playtest. So this is what Pete Hines says out on Twitter. He goes on to say this: my favorite Fallout 76 playtest moment from this week. Grouping up with Sean the Baptiste and Jason the Gamer, and the three of us deciding to all wield commie bashers from the carnival games we found in the amusement park and bop Scorchers to death. Devious smiley face. So that sounds like a total blast. I cannot wait to visit this amusement park. You know, we've already seen some hints and signs of it here on the map, as you can see. So I'm really curious to see what secrets the amusement park holds. Also, you got to remember that we did get to see, you know, this park here, Camden Park, which also looks to have a roller coaster in it in the gameplay trailer. So this could very well be that park that they are referencing here that they got to play in. But yeah, it looks like it's going to hold a mini game, some sort of carnival game, and then this mysterious commie whacker. So some of you guys are wondering, what is this weapon? If you don't know, it's probably most likely heavily influenced by this commie whacker here from Nuka World, the Fallout 4 add-on. So it's going to be used in that minigame apparently. And of course, you can go out and use it as a melee weapon as well. It's going to be absolutely hilarious. Now, a lot of you guys noted in my previous video, and by the way, special thank you guys for noticing this. You were all over this paddleball string, and you said to me in the comments, hey, Robbie, it's probably used as ammunition for the electrified paddleball as seen in Nuka World. So guys, shout out to all of you that really left comments in my previous video and pointing that out. I should have put 2 and 2 together, but you guys had my back with that one. Really appreciate it. But yeah, you're probably most likely right here that this would be used as ammunition for that paddleball, of course. And I think, honestly, we would most likely discover that as well in Camden Park alongside this commie whacker. So I think there's going to be a lot of funny themed, you know, weapons and stuff like that hidden within the amusement park for sure. Cannot wait to go exploring in that amusement park. It's going to be hilarious and a lot of fun to do that also with friends. Question is, can you get any of those rides actually working again? I think that would be funny. And can you do some settlement building at the amusement park as well? I think that would be a really fun location to build around. Mentioning settlement buildings and camps and stuff like that, we've got some follow-up answers about this. You know, I covered that in a previous video. You can find that in the description below. The differences between a camp, which is your mobile camp system, of course, and then, you know, workshops. So we're going to go into some more details here right now. Let's do this. So Juicin says this: hey Pete, I'm confused on the exact usage of workshops if anyone can take them over. Why put work into them when they can be taken as soon as your squad logs off? And Pete Hines responds saying this: resources are a big reason you can extract nice quantities of stuff you need. And yeah, they're going to be, again, highly contested areas. And you got to remember there's a difference between camps and those workshops. Workshops are going to be areas that already exist in the world, and they're going to be areas that you can mine as well. So they're going to be super important because you can build your harvester, mine resources, and get all sorts of bonuses through them. So everyone's going to be going after these things big time. Also, Galaxy Zento says, so when you build a place to stash your extras, can you lock it in any way? Or is it vulnerable so long as you are online? Great question again. And Pete Hines says, everyone has a crate that only they can access to store whatever. So you're going to have your own personal, like a lockbox, I guess you would. And you'll be able to store stuff in there, and no one else will be able to touch it, steal it at all. Remember, a lot of people are like fearful about this game's PvP. The only thing that people can really steal from you is your junk if you're engaging in, you know, mutually agreed upon PvP, if you will. It's going to be interesting to see how all of this really works out in real time, how every system plays out, and that's why they're running that beta in October. All right, so Mr. McButtertoast says, I've heard that people can claim, other people's bases. Is that true? I hope not. I would really like to build somewhere random, and when I leave with my group, to go to sleep and do something else. I don't want to come back and see another group messing with our stuff on 76. And Pete Hines responds saying, workshops are common areas that anyone can claim. Camps are only yours. End quote. And this indicates to me that you don't have to build on top of workshops. That perhaps maybe you can also consider building your entire camp and settlement a little bit away from these workshops, and then maybe have a path that leads up to the workshop or something like that. We'll see what happens here, but it is going to be a goal definitely for your group in some sense to guard these workshops, to take over a workshop, and to really make use of the bonuses that it offers. And again, it's going to encourage that PvP, and a lot of people might not want a PvP, but I think this game is kind of encouraging either getting with the group, discussing how to share and figuring that out and becoming allies, or just kill each other. So that's going to be the big discussion when you run into other players in the world, and I think that's basically their goal with this game. Okay, so let's talk about crafting. Let's do this. So the Mojave Ranger says, sorry to you, but I'm curious, will we be able to create armor? Me and my friends have been wanting to become Desert Rangers in 76 since there are player-made factions. But once more, thank you and sorry at you. Okay, I don't know what the whole sorry stuff is, but whatever. He goes on to respond. Pete Hines says this, you can craft brand new armor and weapons from scratch. Some of you guys were wondering, can you only upgrade existing power armor or armor you have found? Can you modify it? Nope. You can actually craft stuff purely from scratch with this game. So that's going to be cool. I'm curious to see, you know, if there's going to be items in the crafting world that you can only craft. You know what I mean? That you cannot actually discover out in the Fallout 76 universe. So we'll see if that happens. They've gone in to describe that there's going to be several ways that you will be able to gain different types of items, either through crafting or going after world events. Now, if you were wondering, like, what is the most super rare way of getting, you know, that super rare item? I guess that's bad wording. What is the best way to get, there we go, super rare loot? That's what I was trying to say. Well, basically, it's going to be through those world events. That has been confirmed that they will be offering up you know, super rare loot, weapons, gear, all sorts of stuff. So you're going to want to participate in those when those are flashing on the map and pinging. Guess what? Everyone else is going to be going after those too. And a lot of those are also going to be considered PvE events. So celebrate, PvE fans. That's going to be very cool because they apparently shut off the PvP mechanics when those go off. And you engage in like a big monster. So let's talk about your top comments now. Leave a comment down below. Again, it could end up in a future video, so let's do this. So we've got a comment from Duronimus who says, remember when they said that if you can pick someone else's vegetables in their camp, you get in trouble? I think that is part of the turret mechanic. I think if you pick vegetables without permission, only then do the turrets target and attack the thieving player. Until then, they probably stay neutral in case the visiting player wants to use the vendor you presumably leave behind in your camp. Very, very good assessment there. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense that, you know, that it would trigger any type of turret that you've set up. If someone is beginning to steal from you, I would hope that the turrets would start going off. But I also hope this, that if you do want to play PvP and you want to be a total a-hole and you want to take that role, that you can flip the turrets to automatically attack that should be an option if you want to role play like you know, that murderous scum type role, which Pete Hines and Todd Howard have said that's possible. You can kill absolutely everyone. You should be able to toggle settings for the turret. So I'm curious to see if that is going to happen. Alright, so we've got some more comments here about the guitar sword. So Luminant says this: if the sword doesn't make a guitar noise when hitting someone, I'm revolting. I think we should all make a petition if that happens. We should do it. No, but yeah, I totally agree. I think they should add some funny stuff in there. Like if you're hitting someone with a guitar, it should be making some sort of tune as you hit them. That would be freaking hilarious. Alright, so yeah, I also asked you guys to share some guitar names with me, and we have quite the list here. This one comes from 2000 Benderbot, a Futurama fan. That is awesome. By the way, Rick and Morty is hilarious too. He says, Fighting Fiddle, Ultimate Ukulele, excuse me, Marauding Mandolin, and Looter's Loot. Nailed it. And which one was your favorite from this list, guys? I'm going to go with Marauding Mandolin, excuse me. That was my absolute favorite one out of his list. So, great list there. And you know what? It would be cool if you can go in and actually name your own weapons and stuff, give them their own personalities. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about PvP. So Skinsnut says this: if you and your friends are in a group exploring the wasteland and one of your friends decides to slap another player and that player returns fire engaging in PvP, does the entire group become engaged in PvP? End quote. And my assessment, we're going to have to look at another game. It's The Division. I think that Fallout 76 in many regards is borrowing from The Division, especially with the bounty hunter mechanics, you know, you killing someone and then being marked on the map, for example. I think that they're borrowing a lot, again, from The Division. So I think in that sense, right here, with this slapping another player and the whole group being engaged in PvP, I think that will be a yes, and that's me speculating, but I do think that'll end up being a yes, because I believe, as I recall, that's how it happens in The Division. The whole group has to engage the player if one person out of that group engages. So that is how it works in The Division, and I believe, unless they've changed it since I played it. Let me know if they've changed something. Hope I'm not wrong on that, but as I recall, that is how it happened in The Division. But guys, thank you for watching. Remember to stay updated by hitting the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I know I keep mentioning it, but I have to. It's like one of the ways you have to get your videos out there. But thank you guys again so much for all the comments and support. I love reading through your comments. We share a common passion, which is Fallout. We cannot wait for Fallout 76. Let's cross our fingers that everything goes well. I know that they are expecting some rough patches with this beta, of course, but hopefully they can really iron out all those problems and really get this working, because, I mean, this world is going to be 4 times larger than freaking Fallout 4, and hopefully there's a lot of cool stuff and secrets, and we can just all have a blast together. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Fallout 76 and open world gaming goodness, and I will see you soon enough in the Wasteland. Take care, guys. See you later.